Welcome back to the Dinar Daily, where we bring you the latest insights, breaking updates, and real talk about the world of currency reevaluations. Today's headline is one that has everyone buzzing. Fast-track RV exchanges exposed. Dinar and Dong holders skip the wait. If you've ever dreamed of moving straight to the front of the line for your Iraqi Dinar or Vietnamese Dong exchange, then listen closely, because what we're uncovering today might completely change how you view this entire investment journey. For years, investors have lived in a constant cycle of hope and frustration. Every whisper of a revaluation, every rumor of banks paying out higher rates, every so-called insider leak, it all sparked excitement, only for weeks and months to pass, with nothing to show for it. This endless back and forth has left many tired, skeptical, and honestly exhausted. But now, something different is surfacing. Reports are suggesting that a select group of investors may have access to a special process and exclusive fast-track system that allows them to complete exchanges quickly while the rest wait in uncertainty. Imagine skipping years of delays and being ushered into a private room at a bank where your currency is verified. Your documents are already processed, and within hours, you walk out with confirmation of life-changing liquidity. This isn't just a fantaside, it's what insiders are describing as the fast-track exchange network. It's a system allegedly designed not just to make life easier for select investors, but also to keep financial chaos under control as massive sums of currency are redeemed. For many in the Dinar and Dong community, this idea seems almost unbelievable. After all, most people have been conditioned to think that everyone will have to wait for one single big announcement. One day where all holders can exchange at once. But insiders claim the truth is different. The process is said to be tiered, with certain investors moving first, governments and institutions next, and then, finally, the everyday holders, the people who have been patiently waiting the longest. According to reports, the fast-track system is about more than speed. It's about organization. Banks know that millions of investors rushing in at once would overwhelm the system, chaos in branches, and potentially destabilize markets. By pre-screening certain investors, setting up private appointments, and having contracts and non-disclosure agreements ready in advance, banks can release liquidity in waves calmly, securely, and efficiently. This is where preparation becomes the dividing line between those who move quickly and those who get stuck waiting. Fast-track participants are said to have their documentation ready long before they even arrive. That means passports, driver's licenses, proof of residency, notarized records all verified ahead of time. This pre-qualification allows them to skip many of the delays that slow down others. Instead of waiting in a crowded branch, they're directed to priority counters, staffed by teams trained specifically to handle high-value foreign currency transactions. Another critical detail is which banks are reportedly involved. Names like Wells Fargo, Chase, HSBC, and Bank of America are consistently mentioned, though only select branches within these networks are said to handle fast-track exchanges. This explains why two investors in the same city can have completely different experiences. One person may complete an exchange in a matter of hours, while another spends weeks waiting for a call that never comes. The tiered structure also plays a big role here. Tier 1 supposedly involves global elites and large institutions with immediate access. Tier 2 covers governments and sovereign bodies handling major financial obligations. Tier 3 involves trusts, humanitarian projects, and military settlements. And Tier 4, the one that matters most to this audience, includes private investors like you. Within this tier, 4A participants are processed first, while 4B, the general public, waits. Fast-track is believed to exist specifically to manage the massive numbers of Tier 4B holders. Analysts point out that this isn't about favoritism, it's about control. Think about it. If millions of people suddenly became liquid millionaires overnight, economies could be destabilized. Inflation could spike, local businesses could collapse under sudden demand, and financial markets could panic. By allowing smaller, controlled groups of investors to move first, banks can gradually release funds, keep markets stable, and prevent panic. In other words, the fast-track system may not just benefit individuals, it might be essential for the safety of the entire financial system. But make no mistake, success here isn't about luck. It's about readiness. Investors who know the steps, keep their documents in order, quietly identify which branches are involved, stand a much better chance of skipping the long waits. In fact, insiders describe a step-by-step flow. Gather all personal ID and residency documents. Research which bank locations handle foreign currency exchanges. Make discreet contact to verify availability. Prepare to sign NDAs quickly. Know the speculative contract rates being discussed. And show up early and organized. Financial insiders also say this isn't new. Banks have allegedly been pre-screening investor names for years, quietly preparing lists of people who can be moved through quickly. Staff at certain branches undergo training specifically for this process, and only select managers are authorized to approve appointments. This would explain why some investors walk into a branch and are told nothing is happening, while others seem to glide through as if everything was already arranged. Economists warn that this controlled rollout is absolutely necessary. Without it, the sudden wealth transfer could disrupt entire economies. But with it, banks can manage the transition smoothly, honoring investor expectations without creating chaos. And that's why, despite the secrecy and confusion, many believe the fast-track system is very real and very active right now. There's also a motivational angle here. Experts emphasize that opportunities like this don't wait around. Hesitation, disorganization, or even showing up unprepared could mean missing out. Investors who take time now to gather documents, research branches, and quietly prepare their strategy may be the ones who end up securing better rates and faster access to funds. Those who procrastinate risk being left behind while others capitalize. Let's talk numbers, because this is where the excitement really kicks in. Reports suggest speculative rates for the Iraqi Dinar could range anywhere from $3.91 to $6.73 per unit, depending on contracts, timing, and location. The Vietnamese Dong is rumored to land anywhere between 23 cents and $14.89. At those figures, even a single note could represent life-changing wealth. Multiply that by stacks of notes held by many investors, and you begin to understand why this fast-track system matters so much. This isn't just about Iraq either. Vietnam's growing role in global trade and manufacturing puts its currency in the spotlight, while Zimbabwe's notes are also being mentioned for future phases. The broader picture seems to point toward a carefully managed global process, and U.S. financial institutions appear to be at the center, coordinating with international partners to ensure smooth execution. In the end, the fast-track system isn't just a rumor, it's a structured strategy. It rewards those who prepare, protects markets from chaos, and creates a pathway for orderly, efficient exchanges. For investors holding Iraqi Dinar or Vietnamese Dong, the message couldn't be clearer. Preparation is everything. Have your ID ready, verify your notes, research which branches are participating, and stay flexible, because when the time comes, those who are organized and proactive will be the ones walking out of banks with confirmation of their exchanges, while others are still sitting at home, waiting for a call that may never come. The system separates the prepared from the unprepared, the proactive from the hesitant, as 2025 unfolds. This may very well be the defining opportunity for those who've held strong through years of uncertainty. Fast-track exchanges may sound exclusive, but at the core, they represent discipline, readiness, and action. For those who take this seriously, the chance to turn patience into prosperity has never been closer. And that's the story today. Fast-track RV exchanges are no longer just whispers. They're becoming a central part of the revaluation conversation. The wait may not be over for everyone, but for those who are ready, the finish line could be much closer than they ever imagined. This is the Dinar Daily, and as always, we'll keep bringing you the updates you need to stay ahead of the curve. Stay prepared, stay informed, and stay ready.